Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you follow the digital landscape at all, you already know the crypto space moves at absolute breakneck speed. But, what actually drives that speed? Today, we're unpacking the real mechanics behind crypto project popularity. We're going to look at a pretty fascinating breakdown of exactly how these projects leverage social media to scale up so rapidly. If you're the kind of person who loves understanding the structural why behind massive trends, well, you are definitely in the right place.
Here's a question that totally baffles traditional marketers. How on earth does a completely new crypto project go from just an unknown abstract idea on a whiteboard to a global phenomenon overnight? Seriously, how does that happen? Well, the answer isn't magic. And to be honest, it's rarely just luck. Actually, it's a highly deliberate, structured approach to digital promotion. Okay, let's dive into this. The entire blueprint for this overnight success basically boils down to 8 distinct advantages of using social media for crypto promotion. We're talking about things like global reach, fast info sharing, building a community, low-cost marketing, influencer collaborations, transparency, getting real-time feedback, and ultimately hitting that viral growth. We're going to deconstruct this whole thing piece by piece so we can understand exactly how these elements interact to create such massive momentum. Now, to truly grasp this, we have to look at these 8 points not just as separate little tools, but as an actual growth flywheel. You see, a project scales chronologically. First, it establishes basic reach. Then, it uses that reach to form a community. Next up, it absolutely has to earn the trust of that community. And finally, once that trust is locked in, boom, the project hits virality. Every single step fuels the next one, spinning that wheel faster and faster. So, phase 1, the launchpad basics. The pacing right out of the gate is incredibly fast, perfectly matching the sheer speed and scale of internet broadcasting. You see, social media acts as this immediate launchpad. Think about it, there are 0 geographical barriers here. A dev team sitting in Tokyo can instantly reach millions of potential users in London, New York, and São Paulo, all at the exact same time. When a new exchange listing drops or a major partnership is formed, that update gets shared instantly. In the crypto market, where trends literally shift in a matter of minutes, this ability to respond in real time is an absolute necessity. Let's quickly contrast this with the old way of doing things. Traditional advertising, television, print, large-scale digital ad buys, that comes with a massive cost and a painfully slow reach. You have to plan those campaigns weeks, sometimes months in advance. But crypto social media marketing, it's fundamentally low cost, sometimes even completely free, and the growth happens entirely through organic shares. Visibility explodes simply because everyday users are out there retweeting, sharing, and forwarding the project's updates. But here's the catch. Just blasting out information isn't going to cut it. Which brings us to phase 2, building the crypto tribe. Right here is where the strategy shifts completely, from broadcasting outward to connecting inward. This is exactly how projects turn passive everyday scrollers into an active army of true believers. And central to this whole strategy is the AMA, or the Ask Me Anything. It's not just your standard, boring corporate Q&A. It's how a project strips away that polished corporate veil. It allows the developers and founders to have direct, unfiltered discussions with their community, answering their most pressing questions live. It literally transforms a faceless protocol into a human-driven initiative. And you might be wondering, where are all these discussions actually happening? Well, platforms like Telegram, Discord, X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook. These are the modern-day town squares for the crypto world. This is where these digital tribes actually gather, organize, share memes, and communicate around the clock. And let's be real for a second. Anyone who has spent even 5 minutes on crypto Twitter knows it can be pure chaos. But it's exactly within that chaotic energy that genuine, highly passionate communities are forged. Then, to supercharge this tribe-building process, projects deploy influencer marketing. By collaborating with trusted influencers in the space, a project doesn't just reach a wider audience. They are effectively borrowing that influencer's established credibility. It's a really strategic move to cut right through the noise and pull entirely new users directly into their specific community ecosystems. Moving on to phase 3, earning the market's trust. Okay, we actually need to slow things down for a second here. Why? Because massive reach and a growing community are absolutely useless if the whole foundation is built on sand. Transparency and trust are crucial. Providing regular updates and maintaining open communication, that is exactly what reduces uncertainty. In a market totally known for intense, sometimes crazy volatility, strengthening community confidence through consistent, honest communication is the glue that holds the entire project together, especially during those massive market dips, right? Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how this trust enables a vital loop, real-time feedback. You see, trust isn't just about the project talking to the community, it's about the community talking back. Because these channels are so open, projects receive immediate user sentiment and suggestions. They can literally adapt, pivot, and improve the project instantly, all based on the data and feedback they are getting directly from their users. It's an incredibly agile way to develop a product. Next is Phase 4, achieving viral escape velocity. All right, once you have that global reach, a dedicated tribe, and rock-solid trust, the environment is perfectly primed for explosive growth. This is where high-quality content takes on a life of its own. When the community is deeply engaged and trusting, content spreads like wildfire. Think about the specific vehicles driving this exposure. Memes that capture complex crypto ideas in a single hilarious image, short videos that hook users instantly, and educational posts that inform at a massive scale. These aren't just fun little extras. They are the specific engines that drive massive, rapid exposure across the entire internet. Which leads us to Phase 5, navigating the dark side. Now, this incredible power does not come without serious risks. We really must acknowledge a critical reality check about how this system can and often is abused. While social media is incredibly powerful, projects and investors alike must be acutely aware of fake hype, misinformation, and unethical promotion. Viral growth can easily be manufactured deceitfully. But the definitive takeaway here is that building actual trust through transparency is the only key to long-term success. Short-term manipulation, it always eventually collapses. Finally, Phase 6, the ultimate success formula. And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when we synthesize everything we've just covered. We get a crystal clear equation for how true crypto promotion actually works. Real success equals global reach, plus fast communication, plus a strong community, plus low-cost marketing execution, plus unwavering trust, which finally yields that viral growth. It is a completely holistic strategy. If you remove even one single variable from this equation, especially trust or community, the whole system just fails to reach its potential. So I want to leave you with this thought. We know social media can reach millions in a blink of an eye, and sure, it can manufacture some pretty incredible short-term momentum. But as you evaluate any new project exploding on your feed, ask yourself, once that initial viral hype fades away, is the underlying community, the one built on actual trust and transparency, strong enough to survive? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and remember to keep questioning what's really behind the trends.